Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about Polestar again, but this time we're going to be looking at what some other people have said about it, and we're going to be talking about this video that was sent to me by Dennis, where it's Meet Kevin talking to hedge fund manager Ross Gerber. And I thought this was very interesting. I promise we'll talk about other things in the future, but this is just what has my attention at the moment. So let's take a look at this video. By the way, Meet Kevin almost needs no introduction in the finance world on YouTube. Has about $40 million investable assets invested. And Ross Gerber is a hedge fund manager with $2 billion of assets under management. So let's take a look at what they said about GGPI and Polestar.
That's really awesome. That's a good recommendation.
So they were just talking about Leonardo DiCaprio,
GGPI,
who's an investor in here.
Their S1, their quarterly reports aren't as detailed as like what. Like I get they're delivering cars, but no, there is no, and this is a core demo here. Okay, there is, and I know this is anecdotal, but I'd love to see the stats on it too. There's no 25 to 45-year-old dude going, gotta have the Polestar.
That's right. That's right. Because they haven't driven the PS1. The Polestar 1 is one of the sweetest cars out there. It's just expensive. So
I saw that Polestar 1 in person before, and it's a very nice looking car. I've never driven it, but it looks nice.
Polestar has 5 models they're building, and they're copying Tesla basically with a Model 3, a Model Y, like a Model X, and then a Model S. So they've got kind of the same idea of Tesla of serving all those same markets. The Polestar 2, which is the Model 3 version, is a pretty sweet car. It's much better than the Mach-E. It's a very well built car. But remember, these are the Volvo people. Volvo.
So before we talk about the Volvo people, the Polestar 2, I've test driven it. It's a very nice car. I think it can be compared to the Model 3 in many different ways. So I think he's accurate on that.
Was never known for being the hottest, sexiest car. It was known for being a good, reliable car. They're good at building cars. And the Volvo people are very understated. This is what I'm trying to help them with, is to be more, big and talkative like Elon so that people pay attention. The Polestar 3, I've seen, because they launched it in New York. That's why I was out in New York. And the Polestar 3 is like the Model Y, and it's sweet. It's sweet. So it's coming out next year. They're building a factory for it. That'll be the game changer product for Polestar. It's not out yet, and people haven't really seen it.
So I'm actually going to add on to that. They're tooling out a factory for it. They're not even building the factory because they're going to be using the Volvo factory in South Carolina. So it's a factory that already exists. So that actually just adds even more value to this, in my opinion.
Except for me. And it is in the videos from the event, which are open to the public. So I haven't seen anything the public hasn't seen. The Polestar 4 and 5 is where it gets really interesting, because the 4 is like a Model X, and the 5 is like the Model S. And
those aren't out yet, right?
No, they're going to do one car a year. That's their goal, is one car a year. The only reason I like Polestar more than almost every other company is because they can deliver cars. They can deliver these cars, and they're delivering them now, where Lucid and Rivian have not been able to. And they're valued at 2 to 3 times what Polestar is, but they've been unable to deliver cars.
So yesterday when we saw this video, my brother kind of commented that the other companies like Lucid and Rivian at the moment, they're just like an idea. So if it's like a McDonald's that has the idea of selling many hamburgers very cheaply throughout the world, that's just an idea. They're not actually delivering. Now, if there comes a McDonald's and they are delivering hamburgers and they're actually making lots of money, then that's actually what delivers the value. So that's what gives Polestar the value over a Rivian or a Lucid. Well, it remains to be seen if Lucid and Rivian will deliver next year.
So if you have a wonderful product but you can't deliver it, it doesn't help you at all. But if you have a good product that you can deliver, the demand for EVs and cars in general is so large right now, globally, that it doesn't matter. They're going to sell them all. And secondly, Polestar's main market isn't the United States. Polestar's a European company. Their number one market is aiming to be Europe with 40% of sales. It's owned by the Chinese, so 30% of sales is supposed to go to China, and that's the secret. By being owned by the Chinese, they have the supply chain for batteries. They have the supply chain. And that's why Tesla is going to blow out their numbers this quarter.
And he just dropped something on us there. He thinks that Tesla is going to be blowing out their numbers. I think I agree with that. And also that the supply chain is so important. Like this past year, we've seen Ford and GM stop some production because they are unable to get parts. And since Tesla and Polestar both have this China connection, with Tesla having their own factory in China and Polestar being owned by a very large Chinese company, they've got the supply chain. And that's something to really like about this stock.
It's because they have a better supply chain because of China. China is the EV supply chain. There is no other path but through China. So Geely owns Volvo and Polestar. So the Chinese have every incentive to see Polestar succeed. The Europeans have every incentive to see the Polestar succeed. These are the people you want. They know how to make cars, and they've got the supply chain, and they got a stock price at $11. I'm in. Management's great too.
So let's touch on.
All right, so that's basically their conversation about Polestar, and I'm inclined to agree with basically everything that was said. You know, Tesla's been building moon landers, and I hope that Polestar will be too. So if you enjoyed what you see, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh my golly! Unbelievable!